Ben, have you had Dunkaroos before?
It's a special edition Business on Top.
I haven't. I haven't eaten it ever.
The cream in Dunkaroos, oh my god! You would get every knuckle in there, and you would make sure there was no cream left, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You gotta scoop every last
ever.
drop, and when you're done with the cookie, you just kind of swipe your finger in there. Yeah.
Or you push from the bottom up, and then
I'm convinced that sugar was pure cocaine. I mean that stuff was.
Coke before.
Yeah, it's basically funfetti cakes. The Dunkaroos were the gateway to funfetti cakes in high school, I think.
Or cocaine.
And cocaine.
This is the Business on Top podcast with Shane Chernoff, Vijay Patel, and Ben Siegel.
I love this company! Yeah!
The Business on Top podcast.
Pretty cool! Pretty damn cool! Wow!
And with that, this is episode 16 of the Business on Top podcast. Shane Chernoff here, bringing in the new year with two of my favorite people, Vijay Patel and Ben Siegel. Happy New Year, gentlemen.
2021. Hopefully better than 2020.
Yeah, let's find out. Day one so far. Everybody's okay, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Feeling good.
Everybody get a good night's sleep, or you guys hungover like I was?
No.
I was hungover.
I was a little worse for the wear this morning, but tuna on a bagel gave me life, man.
Man, well, that works. Good breakfast food always works. But,
some of us had to work yesterday.
Oh,
and
man.
today. And tomorrow.
And tomorrow. And the next day. And the next day.
Tell me how you feel about that. You don't sound happy about it.
Come on.
The paycheck will be nice, but it'd be nice being off. But I guess this year it doesn't holidays really don't matter this year because there's nothing really going on for especially New Year's.
Yeah. Was it noticeably busier? No. Okay.
No.
Okay, very good. And
that's our show.
We got some shower thoughts for you today. We took a week off to think about how we can make the show better for you guys. And we have a lot of fresh new ideas. We got a lot of interesting stuff that's coming up this week.
A big guest
and next week. We may have found a whopper next week, so we'll keep you guys posted on that.
Crunchwrap next week.
A Crunchwrap, yeah.
Sorry.
All right, let's rewind that.
It sounded a lot better,
We're gonna have a Nachos Bel Grande of an interview
Here we go.
coming up.
Crunchwrap. That's
Nacho fries are back, gentlemen.
Yeah. You know what? When they first came out, I never actually ate them.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of slowly worked my way up to eating them, and they ended up they're just like the regular potatoes.
Yeah, they're not that.
How are you feeling about it? How do they compare to regular? If you were offered McDonald's fries versus Taco Bell fries, which one are you taking?
Oh man, I love the seasoning in the Taco Bell fries, but McDonald's.
I guess that's hard. I put it up against a gold standard of fries.
Yeah, exactly.
Though, best fries. Have we done best fries? I don't think we've done best fries. All right, quickly, I'll give you my opinion on this. Best fries, I would say Arby's curly fries number 1, Chick-fil-A waffle fries number 2, McDonald's fries number 3.
Man.
Cool. Yeah, I agree.
You guys, okay? No objections. Adjourned.
So I've only been to Arby's twice in my life. And
one man, with me, yeah. I drag into Arby's all the time.
But it was good though. It was really good. Their curly fries are really good. But Checkers actually has really good.
Same
fries.
Seasoning, I think, as the Arby's fries, and same with Miami Subs. Miami Subs has some good ones too.
McDonald's by far number 1 for me.
It's not fast food, and it was a lot bigger in New York. Applebee's French fries.
That's interesting.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a friend of the show, Nick Bavona, and I used to hit up many an Applebee's after Friday classes. That was good times back at the old Florida State. Flanny's.
Underrated.
Flanny's. Rockin' rib rolls for anybody who's listening to the show in South Florida.
Underrated as well.
Super good.
Wings
Super
and
good.
fries.
So that leads into
God, we're fat. Dunkaroos fries in the first
5 minutes of the show.
5 minutes of
Can you guys tell we're
2021
hungry?
and Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing that we will not be consuming this month is alcohol. We are doing dry January. I did it last year. I also did sober October. This is going to be my third foray into a month without drinking. How are you guys feeling about it? It's day one. You guys okay?
I think we're gonna pass with flying colors.
Mario Kart's a little different without the real stuff, huh?
Yeah, it's not as fun.
It's
definitely not as fun.
Not Mario Kart
Yeah.
without the stuff.
No.
I don't think it. I mean, none of us are, heavy drinkers as it is, so I don't think it's going to be too like noticeable of an impact. But I know you guys were mentioning last week that, even cutting out alcohol at any point like just helps your body.
Mm-hmm. You really do shred. You start to see the difference, and I think I can tell you, from experience that the first 7 days, especially like that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's odd because you're so used to just having a drink and watching football, which we are going to get to in a second. Those first 7 days are weird, and then maybe a little bit of that like second week where you get tempted, but after that, I mean, it's pretty much smooth sailing because then it becomes like building a habit, right? It takes 21 days to build a good habit, something like that.
You have, and the key is like if you want to really get healthy and start like shedding weight and getting shredded, it's you stop drinking and you also work out every day or do some kind of active.
Maybe a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, maybe
on top, get shredded.
Right. The next segment, we're going to talk about that a little bit more.
OnlyFans coming soon.
There will be before and after photos for you guys interested in how.
I think a calendar is a better start.
How our dry January is perfect. Business on Top calendar. We'll see. We're going to put it on the poll after the show. Would you buy a Business on Top Hooters style calendar? I think something that's a little bit more entertaining than that is the college football playoff that is going on behind us. Alabama has cruised to convincing victory once again over Notre Dame. V, you and I were talking about something. You saw that Notre Dame's coach, Brian Kelly, was yelling at his players, and I kind of looked at you and I said, what does he have to yell at them about? Alabama's just clearly a better team. The fact that they're not getting run out of the building is a victory in and of itself.
Yeah, it's tough whenever you go up against Alabama. I mean, besides some teams like obviously the FSU, the Knowles, when they won their championship, there's some teams that you can be mad at your team for like
we would have
being down.
smoked Bama that year. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Played Bama.
I know.
Well, that's historically regarded as one of the best teams in college football history.
Yeah. But they don't get the record. I could easily carry a segment and an episode on that, but yeah, people don't realize how good that 2013 team was.
When you were working with that team, did you know from day one of training camp that it was something special?
So that year I didn't start actually until probably week 2. So I missed training camp. Training camp, you get a really good. That's when you know,
how good your team
especially as being in a support staff role, going to practice every day, you can get a good gauge on how the team's going to do, assuming everyone stays healthy. But, so I watched that first game at Pitt, which was Jameis's first game, and we blew him out. So you knew something was there. And then after being there, I mean, you can tell there was a noticeable difference from that team and to all the other teams after that. And even at the pro level, just the professionalism and how serious everyone in that locker room, everyone only wanted to win.
Yeah,
and
that's a
big thing, on game day is players come in, they'll be playing music, they'll be, whatever. And I kid you not, that 2013 team, they would come in, they all had headphones on. You could hear a pin drop. It was silent. Everyone got dressed, warmed up,
hyper focused.
You didn't even want to make a noise in the equipment room because it was you didn't want to do anything to mess these guys up mentally. It was insane.
You could tell it was just a different atmosphere because those guys they didn't just want to win; they wanted to demolish and embarrass everybody that played.
Yeah. That's awesome. Man.
But unfortunately, Bama couldn't. The Iron Bowl got the best of Bama.
Oh God, that
was
greatly regarded also as one of the greatest teams in football history. That is one of the greatest games in football history.
That was insane.
And it actually forever changed football because I believe Nick Saban made. So normally on your field goal kicking team, you have your linemen and then your wings, your guys on the outside are usually.
Ben Siegel, give me the tactics referencing wings on Business on Top.
I'm pretty sure their reference is wings. I could be wrong, but you want a beefy front so guys can't run at your kicker or block your kick or even tight ends. Mm-hmm. But after that play, Nick Saban made a comment where he, maybe it was time to change that, like maybe get one or two faster guys, maybe all the way on the outside. So if that happens, you get at least a slim shot at someone running that guy down, because no tight end or no lineman is going to run down a DB or a wide receiver
with a full head of steam.
Yeah. So that changed, how teams do their field goal kicks and all of that.
Cool.
From that year edition to this year's edition of Bama, my thought is that the Crimson Tide are far and away the favorite. I think Clemson is second best, although it looks like Ohio State's getting the best of them right now. I think it's Alabama in the field right now, and I just don't see whoever wins this game. I think they're going to get run out of the building next week when they.
Well, back to your original point, I do agree with you that no coach should be mad at going up against Alabama at their own team, just because
that team is
level
loaded.
of talent is almost NFL level.
You literally have to play a perfect game against Bama and then hope that
they make mistakes on top of it.
Turn the ball over. So when you go up against Bama, especially this year, you could play the best football you can play, and you still might not beat them. That's the scary part. You're banking on not only playing perfect football, but you need Bama to mess up, and they don't. How often do they mess up? So another year of the college football playoff, another year of Bama making.
Some of these guys on the line, on their D line and O line, are they're like three people.
Yeah. They're 18 years old. Meanwhile, I'm still getting carded at CVS when I want to get stuff, whatever. Yeah, exactly.
5 pounds after eating dinner, and these guys are shredded.
It really is. It really is crazy. So
I'll give them fast. I was never fast.
So yes or no? Is anybody beating Bama?
No.
Okay.
No. All right, great podcast.
Should I say yes?
No, I don't disagree.
I just realistic at this point.
Absolutely. Coming up next, get some shower thoughts. We're going to talk New Year's resolutions and a lot more. Stick around. Coming up. Welcome back to the Business on Top podcast. We're about to send you out onto this Friday night. We got college football playoff in the background. We're talking during the break about what this new year brings and what we want as far as our vision for the podcast. For me, I have always thought that in order to bring this to you, the viewers, and to make it interesting, we need to get people that people care about. It's no matter how interesting we are, no matter how many times we talk about peeing in the shower or how many boxes of donuts that you ate because the Marlins got 13 hits at a game in 2004. We need to spice things up a little bit. I want there to be interviews with exciting guests, people that you want to hear from, talking about things that you want to hear them talking about. So that's my goal. That's my New Year's resolution for this podcast. And I'm sure you guys agree, but I'm sure you guys probably also have some thoughts to add on there as well.
Yeah. I definitely think guests is a big part of a podcast, because like you said, we can talk about everything under the sun, but you want to attract all different types of people to listen to the podcast, and having guests on will attract their following, hopefully, and all of that, which will help us tremendously. I think my goal for the podcast for this year I hope we get, some sort of sponsor for the pod. We have Mimas, of course.
We're always looking for sponsorship opportunities. Yeah. So in addition to liking, rating, reviewing, subscribing, unsubscribing, resubscribing, rating, and reviewing, you can message us. We're on YouTube, BusinessOnTopPod@gmail.com, and at BusinessOnTopPod on Instagram. Mm-hmm. If you want to look into getting us to do a read on your show, even though I had some initial struggles with the Mimas Chimmy read, I will read yours wrong 5 times in a row before finally getting it down to a science.
Professional now. Professional reader.
Professional broadcaster.
Yeah. So I think an additional sponsor, that we can display on this beautiful table,
nice
on top of
very rich mahogany.
Yeah. I think that's my goal for.
Yeah, I think that's a
our
goal of most podcasts. They want to get sponsorships in it, and that's how it gets funded. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Doesn't need to be anything massive. Just
What any old thing works.
Yeah.
Talk to us. We're open. The lines of communication are open.
Yep.
We're always down to have a good time. We're always down to support the people that support us. So if you got something out there, if you got an idea, you got a product, you got a service, you let us know, and we'll make sure that we sell it.
Nice.
With that being
All
said,
right. Oh wait, let me go first.
oh
Turn?
yeah, yeah.
What the-
Or we can just talk over each other the entire time because clearly Ben and I are pretty good at that too.
Well, my goal for the podcast would be to get us to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. I guess even on Instagram and all our social media. What am I saying?
Modes of operations.
Yeah, modes of operations.
Yeah.
Platforms is
Right.
what I was looking for. Okay. Yeah, I mean, building a following is key for any kind of business to grow, especially in this day and age. And I think the goal is set pretty high, but I think we can reach it.
What are
It takes one viral video.
And I'm sure we have our lives outside the podcast, and we all have some personal goals.
Right.
Did you guys set any? Are you a New Year's resolution person? I know the thing that bothers me, and this could probably be a get out of here, the resolution people who show up for 2 weeks and crowd the gym and then they're gone. Especially during a pandemic, that's going to be a difficult territory to navigate. But I did a couple things that I'm locked in for. I signed up for a half marathon, which I'm going to run in Minnesota in April, which I signed up for before I realized that the average temperature, the average high is 55 degrees there. Yeah, so wish
I'll
me
give
luck.
you some winter clothing,
Thank you, I appreciate that. With your name in it, right?
not washed.
Okay,
With my
perfect.
name in it.
My favorite.
You're gonna run in a parka and a Giants jersey.
But the other thing that I signed up for was a triathlon. I'm in need of a road bike. If anyone has ever run a triathlon, I would love to interview you on this podcast so I can not only pick your brain, but that's just a fascinating thing. So if anybody has a road bike or a triathlon bike recommendations, make sure you send them our way at Business on Top Pod. What are you guys thinking as far as New Year's resolutions? Do we have any?
I mean, for me, obviously, growing Lima's Chimney and its business and being more available to the population in general. But personally, I would say I want to get back into my peak shape as far as,
Attaboy, get in the gym.
cardiovascular, yeah, strength-wise, and get to my goal, I'll beat my peaks.
Yeah.
Always better to just be better.
Shoot for the stars,
You
right?
have a lifting goal or a weight goal? Or?
Well, I want to get back into the 1,000-pound club. So.
What is that for people that don't know?
So your deadlift, your
I didn't
bench, and your squats, your max in each
Combined.
combined.
You gotta break 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was at that recently in the last year and a half, but then I just kind of fell off with COVID and all that stuff. But that's
It's difficult to stay after it, but I think with our kind of commitments, I think anything's possible.
very possible.
Well, I think the biggest thing about dieting and working out, you brought up in the interview that we just had, is a routine. And the hardest part about the gym and a diet is getting into a routine that you follow day in and day out because, like you said, once you hit 21 days, they say 21 days or whatever it is, 2 or 3 weeks. Once you get past that, it's easy because you're just used to it, right? You wake up early.
It feels weird if you don't do it. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
you
at
feel
this point, I feel
cheating
stranger
yourself.
not going to the gym than I do going to the gym.
Right. So the big thing is the routine, and I was lifting with you during some of those peak phases, and I definitely think that's something you could get back to. I myself would love to get back into better shape, and this past year I stopped going to the gym because of COVID. I mean, I've been working out at home, I have weights and stuff in the garage, but
It's not
just
the
not
same.
the same. It's not the same
No.
at the gym. So yeah, I definitely have fitness goals in mind, but I would love.
I think the next episode of the show is just gonna be us working out for 45 minutes. All
No,
you're gonna
no,
all you're gonna hear
metal
all you're gonna hear is
grinding.
just clanging and banging.
ASMR.
Yeah. ASMR clanging and banging. That's for damn sure.
The clunk alarm's gonna go.
I would love to either. I would love to establish a secondary source of income.
Yeah, side
Whatever
hustle.
that be, yeah. Whether that be,
I mean, watch you play
another like YouTube channel for something like personal that I want to do, or whether that be going more into like sports cards and like flipping or investing or even stocks.
Right.
And I know stocks isn't really a secondary form of income, but if you invest in the right stocks, could
You
be.
get there.
For some people, it is a
Yeah.
secondary.
It
Like
could
day
be.
trading is a
Yeah,
a
side
it's a
hustle.
job.
Yeah.
Yep.
Easier said than done, but I think that's my personal goal for 2021.
My goal is to have more interesting content and give you some of the same content that we gave you in 2020. So with that being said, let's do the first shower thoughts of 2021.
Who's starting?
What's on your mind? It's time for shower thoughts.
All right, Ben, go ahead.
You want me to start? All right, let me pull these bad boys up.
Ben's
I
got
got
this.
a nice list.
Yeah, I have high hopes for you.
For me?
Well, for this one, because
Wait, so
you
should
said
I go first?
Yeah, we'll go first. You said you had a lot loaded up, or no, let me build up the drama. Let me do it this way.
Okay.
Let me
Ben has an amazing shower thought. Let's start with VJ though. We'll work our way around the table.
Okay. Have you guys ever been on hold for any kind of customer service call?
Well, yes, I have.
You have?
I have.
What kind of music do you generally hear on those calls?
Well, you get a whole jingle.
Oh, yeah.
I assume that's what you're referring to.
Yeah, right. Is it elevator music? Sometimes you hear that. Sometimes you hear like 90s or 80s.
Actual songs, yeah. Like sometimes you'll hear, just like pop from like the 90s. You'll get like Blues Traveler, like Dave Matthews Band. It's just some shit like that.
Right. So my question is, who in the company that you're part of is coming up with these jingles, or who okays?
You think like the CFO's like
elevator
sitting?
music to be on
Yeah.
on hold.
And we all know, like, do you know the one that I'm thinking of? And God, I don't want to do it, but I think I have to. It's like da 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 da, and it just plays in like a 30-second loop.
Oh
There
my
are certain
God.
companies that have that. By the way, this is also kind of a get out of here. If you're that company, don't play that anymore. It's annoying, it's terrible, it's uninspired, and it drives everybody who's sitting on hold, especially if you're on the phone with like your doctor. It drives us crazy. Come up with something a little bit more original. Maybe Three Doors Down or something like
play
that.
some Cardi B. Or something.
Yeah. The company that has Cardi B as the hold music would be a company that I would want to do business with. That seems like a fun company.
All right, that's my.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, who creates that? Seriously, like I don't know whether like it's like the manager, like
It's got to be an intern.
the HR manager sitting. No, I don't. A lot of companies don't have interns. A lot of
It's
companies.
Billy Football from EFT.
That's funny. No, I did it again. One of the things I was thinking of, and it like kind of is funny. It goes with like the central theme of music here. It's how frustrating must it be to be like a one-hit wonder of a band? Like you have your goals, and it's frustrating in two different phases, right? Phase one is you're a band. You come up with like songs, and you guys go through the creative process, and you write an album, and one song gets picked up, and it gets played on the radio, and it gets picked up by, I guess these days it gets picked up by a TikTok.
Right.
If somebody comes up with a song, they play it on TikTok, it can get really famous and catch fire that way. And then you're like, okay, great, like we got a hit, like let's do it again. And you just wait 10 years and you keep making songs and it just never happens. Nobody cares about your music, they only care about the one song. And then imagine 20 years down the road after you have that hit, you're playing concerts and you're playing all your other stuff. But everybody who's at that show wants to listen to that one freaking song that you made.
You gotta
that was
say, you
successful.
definitely have a band or a song in mind.
Well, I was listening to Steal My Sunshine by Len, which is like a weird Canadian, like I don't even know what genre that is. But that was like a very weird time in the 90s where like all the genres were like starting to combine. So you had like pop and it was also like kind of rap. Go listen to that song. It's the weirdest song. I don't know how it ever became a hit to begin with. Sorry to like drag you through the mud, Len, because I happen to like that song. I just think it's a little bit odd. But yeah, imagine like Len goes to like play a show now, and however much they enjoy playing their music, assuming that that band is still together, and everybody's like, do Steal My Sunshine, and then they just do not care about anything else that you're playing at all.
It's like social media, like what you said. If you have it as a job or whatever, and you're making content, right, and one video goes viral, and then that's it. But you're still making content.
That's all you're known for.
Yeah.
You're the Steal My Sunshine band. God, hang on. Let's look up some other songs so I'm not like alienating Len.
I've never even heard Steal My Sunshine.
Yeah, me neither.
So let's see. One hit wonder songs.
I mean, they're looking that up.
Well,
Here's another one I was listening to, and I just posted it today. Tub Thumpin' by Chumbawamba. You know that song? Get knocked down. Get up again.
Is that a one-hit wonder?
Yeah. So Chumbawamba, if they ever wanted to play something in 2021, because that's the year that we're now in, everyone's going to ask them to play Tub Thumping, and they don't care about any Dexy's Midnight Runners. Come on, Eileen. Like no one wants to hear any of their catalog other than that.
Thought is who came up with that band name?
Dexy's Midnight Runner, Chumbawamba.
Chumbawamba.
I don't know. It's like Oompa Loompa, but Chumbawamba. All right. Now here comes the most epic shower thought of possibly of all time so far.
It's not. No, I mean, all right. Let's get
temper
this
the
out of way.
expectations.
Yeah.
Let's under promise and over
I did
deliver.
not hype this up. Shane mentioned doing shower thoughts today, which me and Vijay are both down to do. So the hype is not for me. I think it's a good shower thought, as most of mine are being biased.
Genius.
But
the idiot genius to my right.
Here we go. All right. You guys ever think about how important kindergarten teachers are to our lives?
I haven't.
Because
go
think
on.
about it. Right, in kindergarten, I'm pretty sure it's kindergarten, right? You learn, basic math.
Numbers, the alphabet.
1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, right? Think about it if you had a kindergarten teacher that just taught you the wrong
information
addition or subtraction.
For the rest of your life.
And you might think like, the next grade you'll get it fixed, but as a kid,
it's hard because you're building off of what you learned on before.
And for a whole year you're getting told you're doing it right? Or they teach you the wrong, alphabet out of order or something.
Mm-hmm.
Kindergarten teachers deserve more credit and more pay, along as every teacher.
Let me just go on record. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that teachers are underpaid and underappreciated.
Yes. But kindergarten teachers,
the real MVPs.
They are the reason that we're here.
In addition to paramedics who have to respond to calls overnight on New Year's, I know that Ben, your girlfriend had some pretty crazy experiences during New Year's, I would imagine, because of all the drunk idiots that are out there.
People in America do stupid shit no matter what day, and especially on holidays. And unfortunately, there's people out there that need to fix those situations or tend to those stupid people who decide to shoot a foot, shoot a limb, or shoot a firework into someone's house or whatever. And unfortunately, people have to do that on days where they can't spend time with their family, but they are underappreciated and underpaid as well. But kindergarten teachers, you deserve more credit. Business on Top loves you. Thank you for not messing up our numbers and alphabet.
Yes, we do. Teachers, you are our heroes. Paramedics, you are our heroes. If you guys see anybody in the street, and if
Taco
you see
Bell, you're also.
Taco Bell workers, you are also our heroes. If you see any of those three professions in the street, take some time to thank them for serving our community, because people do stupid shit. And we also do stupid shit here in the Business on Top podcast, and we'll be back with you next week for more of that. Stay tuned, stay safe.
Unit.